What an exciting opening. Okay, bear with me. What an exciting opening. Okay. I am fresh off the press here. What I just did was spend a little quality family time with, with the family to see the news. My father likes to watch the news. What's up, base girl? How you doing? I don't know. You're on the other end of the pond, so I don't know if you're fresh on all of the happenings in Americas here. Glitch bar, no kidding. Actions, good to see you, homie. Um, I just been recently watching the news. Okay, just now. I've been very distracted with, just staying involved in my goals, my personal goals. And hey, Shamrock, I think this will be of interest. No, I have no concerns, man. Sincerely, it's all good. It's all good. So, okay, the first thing that I saw when I went out there, and it is always interesting to spend time with my father, especially when the mainstream media is doing its thing. And bear with me because watching prior videos, I noticed that I really, really get off of the topic at hand, but I will continue to always acknowledge those of you in the chat. So watching the way it's being reported, okay, Trump has a judge arrested. It catches your attention for sure, without a doubt. Hey, Crystal. Hey, everybody. I didn't anticipate making a live, and before I get into it, I do want to mention one thing, though. Do you remember the last one I did about the Wicked Witch from the West? She reported the last live to YouTube for a violation of privacy, although nothing that I said was not public. It was her name, and it was while she was she doxed the hell out of me, by the way. But okay, that aside, I did file an appeal with YouTube Legal. We'll see where that goes. But I want to stick on topic. So here's a quick breakdown, just for anybody that hasn't seen what this is about. I found a nice 1 minute, not copywritten breakdown of what this is about, and so let's learn together. And I'm behind. I'm completely behind on this.
In a now deleted tweet, FBI Director Kash Patel announced Judge Hannah Dugan was arrested because the FBI believes she, quote, misdirected federal agents, allowing a person residing in the country illegally to attempt to evade arrest. The tweet was posted for less than an hour before Patel deleted it, and it's unclear as to why he did so. The FBI arrested the Milwaukee County judge under suspicion of obstructing an immigration arrest. Patel said agents chased Eduardo Flores Ruiz down on foot.
Just breaking it up, just in case any copyrights come my way. Okay, so this sounds like a case of the judge not enforcing the law. I mean, the law right now is illegal immigrants are in a position where, I mean, there's no sugarcoating. He's cracking down. He's made it clear. Get on board. This is the law. And if you deviate from it, gonna make an example of you. Now I see already the left side of the spectrum here arguing how this was a constitutional crisis. Looking at some of the comments is really, really insightful. But okay, let me get to the rest of this here. I would play some longer form content, and I got an article that I'm gonna have to pull up again. But okay, let's see.
And he is now in custody. Judge Dugan was previously under investigation after a string of attempted immigration arrests at the Milwaukee courthouse. Previous reports say Chief Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Carl Ashley said in a statement on April 18th, ICE agents showed up to the Milwaukee courthouse with an arrest warrant. Ashley says the officers identified themselves to security, presented the warrant that was copied, then went to the 6th floor where Dugan's courtroom is. The agents were asked to wait until the ongoing court hearing ended. Dugan clarified in an email at the time, quote, a warrant was not presented in the hallway on the 6th floor. Ashley previously reported drafting a policy to give agents access to the courthouse. Authorities on the local and even presidential level have previously discouraged ICE arrests in places like courthouses, warning such actions could erode public trust.
I don't know if, okay, I don't look at it like that. I see that as showing the people that a judge is not even above the law. I mean, this is not like he went against the Supreme Court here. Um, okay, all right. Let me just see some comments real quick. Oh, and by the way, in all sincerity, actions, it's good to see you in the old chat, man. It's good to see you. All right, so I see people thanking Kash Patel. That's the guy that. I mean, what did he do? He's the one that the FBI director. Just now, the FBI arrested Judge Hannah Dugan, and I'm just going to give the breakdown. She helped an illegal immigrant with alleged ties to a gang. Apparently, he's got a little bit of a history as well as does this very judge. She tried to help him get away, and they ran out back. That is not the conduct of a judge. Now, I'm very, very interested in anybody that has an opposing idea as to if this is like somehow a violation of any constitutional rights. I'm honestly here. Let me do a little real time searching, switching to Google. Not my friend. Hold on. All right. Milwaukee judge arrest. There we go. Fresh off the press. I want to see a breakdown and another video. And please, I'm really going to rely on your comments regarding this. Reuters, I don't even know which one to pick here. No one is above the law. I'll go with that quote, even though it's ABC. And what we got is our showcasing. Oh, an ad first. So good. The federal government announced 2 separate arrests Friday of a current judge and a former judge, 2 judges, okay, to have assisted undocumented immigrants. What, they're in Milwaukee. They're not in a sanctuary state, and there should be no reason they're deviating from what the law is now, no matter what feelings or emotions it elicits. I mean, we are, as a country, and I know it may sound authoritarian, which may betray my old progressive roots, but I am rooting for the goal. Yes, at some personal stake, my family not approving of my approval, but that's just the way it is. We're all gonna butt heads until we find. No, we're not. We're not even gonna find a middle ground on this. Right now, there's extreme division. But it's okay to arrest a president like 4 times, right? But not a judge. Are you kidding me? So hypocrisy. What is this? Is this even gonna matter? Let me see here. Okay.
Back to our top story now. Federal officers arresting 2 county judges, one current.
I'm going to check out some comments while this lady speaks.
And one former. One of them, a sitting Milwaukee County Circuit Judge, Hannah Dugan, who FBI Director Kash Patel says is being charged with obstruction for allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade arrest last week. The second arrest, a former New Mexico judge, along with his wife, now facing charges related to harboring a member of the gang, Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua. Joining me now, the nation's top prosecutor, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. It's been quite a busy day for you.
Very busy day.
Did I hear any alleged? Hold on, I didn't hear any allegedly involved with the gang. I mean, these individuals, not the broad stroke, but especially if they're involved with the types of gangs that go along with this particular group of individuals, I mean, it's usually tatted up and advertised all over the place, right? The person who, base girl, let me just assure you one thing about my buddy Lewis here. I know him IRL, and he likes to troll on the internet. Don't take anything he says seriously. He's a teddy bear in real life.
Thank you. Week. And I'm actually getting statements in as our interview is beginning. I'll get to that for a second because I'm going to read it cold with you. But let's start, Pam, with judge number 1, Hannah Dugan in Milwaukee. You arrested a sitting judge.
We did.
Why did you feel that was necessary?
It was appalling to all of us what happened. I used to be a domestic violence prosecutor, and this case involved someone who was deported under President Obama, came back into our country. We don't.
You're a teddy bear, Lewis. You're just a big old teddy bear.
Know when illegally, and he was living at a residence, and he beat up a man so badly he had to go to the hospital, his roommate. He punched him with a closed fist in the face 30 times. The victim fell to the ground and he choked him. Then the girlfriend came in, tried to break it up. He punched a woman in the face with a closed fist so hard she fell to the ground. He hit her in the arm.
So this is the angel that this judge risked it all for, and there's an uproar about this. Are there protests? I heard there's protests. Why are, like, I understand the Democrats are going through their own kind of reckoning. Like, Democrat after Democrat is being arrested for one thing or another. I don't want to be doxing anybody, but, Shamrock has actually posted some great stuff on the old Stuck page. Yes, I spoke to Josh, by the way. He's just doing a lot of working. All right, Stuck. Let's go to the old Stuck page, the good old show. Shamrock with the zingers here. What do we got here? I'm literally looking through the stuff, but there are names being shown. And given some of the recent happenings, I don't want to, shake the beehive, so to speak. Okay. Stuck in the middle. We didn't even change the Facebook page to match the show. Let's go with the public one. Okay. Bear with me because I'm just trying not to dox. Okay. And what is this? What is this? We have to exterminate. Okay, why not? Let's play this just for a little sidebar. And let me check if I get any messages from... Okay, no. There's no active witch trolls after me. Let's see. Thank you, Shamrock, for this. And nope, that's not it. This right here. Totally unrelated, but for the lulz. Let's see, because I'm seeing the quotations here. We have to exterminate white people off the face of the planet. Well, I'm interested. Sounds like something that I should be concerned about. Let's take a brief pause and hear this out. I hate Discord. Okay.
And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted.
Okay, that wasn't hyperbolic or threatening at all. How is that not hate speech? I mean, damn, I thought Twitter was the place where everything ran rampant. Okay, let me get back here. Bear with me. I mean, I'm just trying to learn about this case that seems to have gotten, or it has so many people frothing at the mouth with anger. This woman, this judge, this lady, this is a judge right here. Well, it's Milwaukee, so I get it. I mean, okay, the administration, Donald Trump, the administration, the FBI, ICE, we're all on the same page here, and a large majority of the American people that voted for Donald Trump. We knew what to expect. We knew what we were going to get, in essence. Oh, and by the way, and I'm sure so many people can make me look so much smaller, less intelligent by any comparison, but I heard regarding the tariffs that there's nothing more we can look forward to in terms of, we can look forward to de-escalation, and China is starting to kind of fold a little bit, and we're getting more offers from other countries such as South Korea. So I saw a funny video earlier today. It was an animated video of a bunch of liberals going up to this one guy wearing a MAGA hat, which is something I don't sport, saying, hey, did you hear about this? Do you regret voting for him now? No, I don't. I just get a lot of emotional people coming at me with their opinions, and I put in the description here, #opinion. Everything I'm spouting off with is just, it is birthed from that. So I'm not here being the arbiter of all truth and or even the facts. I'm just going off of what is reported as fact and sharing my take based on that alone. So from what I'm understanding, this particular judge, she fucked around and found out. All right, she done goofed. She screwed up. And it ain't the suburb police coming for her. It's the FBI. And there's a reason. So, sure, always question authority. Don't take things for face value. But based on the intel here, Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan was arrested Friday by the FBI. I understand it's a big deal that they did this in front of the courtroom. Why? I mean, they wouldn't give any Joe Schmo, like if I went and broke the law, they don't care where the hell I am. They're gonna cuff me right in front of my baby mama, my family, and my second grade teacher, and all of that. They're not gonna give a shit. A judge should not be afforded anything different. I think it's a great example. What's up, Twisted 10? Great to see you, G. Great to see you. I mean, I'm certain. I know this is most likely an unpopular take with a lot of my liberal friends, which I am getting to that point, and I don't know if this just comes with age. I get so tired of seeing. I'm committing an act that I used to go after people about, so to speak. Like I just see the same old crap that they're posting, like, oh, he's just a criminal and this and that, and there's never a description or a reason. It's just he's terrible, he's a tyrant, he's this and that, and I see no substance, I see no foundation for their argument. It's just blind hatred. I'm sure that there's some smart ones out there that can relay a great debate. Matter of fact, my old friend Joe, he was always down to come up on here. He is expressed as such, and we disagree wholeheartedly about the way Trump is handling things. But Trump made it clear he wasn't messing around. So why would a judge get it any easier? She helped a criminal evade the law. And right now, we all understand it. And the commercials that I'm seeing here in Florida are offering illegal immigrants to turn themselves in and have a pathway back. That's better than taking the chance, man. Take the chance, take the risk at your own detriment. So let me see. After federal authorities arrested former New Mexico judge, I don't know nothing about Judge Joel Cano, and his wife, Nancy Cano, for allegedly housing, are you kidding me, a Venezuelan national with reported gang ties. Attorney General Pam Bondi said. Bondi spoke with ABC News, blah, 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 to discuss the cases and dismissed critics who accused the Trump administration of intimidating judges. I mean, unless he's starting to go at the throats of any Supreme Court judges, this is all fair play to me, within the bounds of the law that we know to be in effect. I mean, it's just the same. If we go to any other country, they would be far less forgiving. I mean, of course, depending on which one, but as far as I know, most civilized countries take their immigration policies pretty damn serious. Hell, maybe not the best comparison, but I look at Japan. You can't mess around there and try to hunker down. They are very clear on who they will accept and who they will not. Why should we be any different? I mean, the law is the law, right? Or is it now just, I mean, it's always been kind of edgy and cool to not want to follow the law, break the law, do it publicly. Being a judge and having that kind of edgy persona, I don't think is going to serve your career. Nobody is above the law, not even a judge. That's the message I take away. I don't see this and hear tyrant in my mind. FBI Director Kash Patel announced Judge Dugan's arrest earlier Friday in a social media post, which was briefly deleted and reposted. Sounds like he had some cold feet about the matter. I'm glad he put it back up. Just now, the FBI arrested, yes, we know, for obstructing an immigration arrest operation, literally helping them flee. Come on now, Judge. And apparently this was not the first infraction, Judge Dugan. And there's here, let's see some of the comments. It's a great way to get a sense of what people are thinking, because you'll see people that are local there, and I see overwhelming support. I like to find some of the outliers, put her in prison. That judge is definitely a criminal. Keep her in jail. It's about time these rogue judges are being held accountable. She knew what she was doing. Strap in. This is only the beginning with a smiley face. All right, and this is this a liberal out the Washington Examiner? Washington, my God, the Washington Examiner. Okay, we are going to need to build a prison just to house criminal judges. I mean, you can't just throw them in with the people they sent there. Again, we're now that's alluding to like special treatment. And if we want to make an example of someone we've entrusted and elected to be the judge, uh again with the special treatment, they don't get any. They should be just as vulnerable to the law as you and I, every other regular Joe Schmo taxpayer. Nobody is okay. So I am not seeing any outliers in this particular post. If I'd had to draw like a graph or a percentage here, it's good to see you too, man. Sincerely, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And just shout out to Bass Girl, Shamrock, Lewis, if you're still here, you big old teddy bear, you Twisted, and Actions, man. I love the name. Actions, not distractions. Always have. Disbarred the judge, put her in jail. I cannot believe the city exec said that they arrested him at court. That was horrible. He was there for beating people. Okay. Just somebody that can't quite type. I see overwhelming support, but the media would have you think that this has us on the cusp of some sort of dissent. What do we got here? Here's the judge. Fresh for
The FBI arrested
the copyright mark like I did on so many videos because I was looking for a nice, good breakdown. Oh, and I sent a TikTok video for later fun viewing. Give me a moment. Let's see. And please, comment far and wide.
Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan today, alleging she interfered in an immigration operation. ICE agents were planning on arresting an undocumented immigrant on April 18th after he appeared in Dugan's court on an unrelated matter. But that's when Dugan allegedly escorted the man through a non-public jury door to leave the court. The ICE team tracked the wanted man down and placed him under arrest.
Okay, good. They got the bad guy. And yeah, look, there we go. I'm not even gonna lie and put in my little paragraph here that I hate to see it. I don't hate to see it because I expect to see it. So there's a bunch of white liberals. Just, it seems to be they're the loudest. White liberals. The shining white knights we never asked for. That will freeze up if you ever talk about how the Democrats were the founders of the KKK. And every time I hear one of my friends talk about how Trump is like the founder of the Proud Boys or is aligned with the KKK, I ask them a simple question. Why was he the first president? Why wasn't the first black president, Obama, the one to get in there, speaker down, get in there and say, hey, them KKK fellas, they're not cool. Okay, we're gonna recognize them as a terrorist organization. Trump did that. Something I've fallen in love with recently is finding the people that go out there with a bunch of quotes and they read it to somebody who has no idea who is being quoted at them, and they'll guess and they'll agree with everything. And then the person is like, well, that's what Trump said. And they're like, no. And even then, they'll somehow walk it back. They of course, it's the ego, right? Is it the ego that prevents somebody from changing their mind publicly? We can't be that proud. Like the older I get, that pride in just wanting to be right, it's null and void. It's kind of died within me. I just want to know that I am seeing the truth. Of course, I'm going to have an opinion that is formed around whatever the facts that are being shared are. But I mean, this is nuts to me. Typical. Okay, all right. Let me see what else we got here. I don't want to rinse and repeat. I mean, yes, the judge is arrested and she was bonded out, of course. Oh, judge charged with, okay, what's the freshest one? PBS NewsHour, good, no copyright on any of these. I did want to see Pam Bondi. I like Pam Bondi.
But first, a Wisconsin judge under arrest and facing charges accused of flouting federal law to help an illegal immigrant. Federal prosecutors say Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan allegedly helped that migrant avoid arrest by ICE officers at the courthouse. It's a bizarre case and it's still unfolding. Hello, I'm John Roberts in Washington. Sandra, good to see you back again.
All right. Good to be back with you as well, John. I'm Sandra Smith in New York, and this is America Reports. So today's arrest of a judge marks the second such case in the last 24 hours. A former New Mexico judge and his wife were taken into custody yesterday. Federal agents arresting them for harboring a suspected Trinidad gang member in their guest house.
For more on all of this, we are honored to have in the new U.S. Attorney General, Pam Bondi. It's good to talk to you, Pam.
Good to talk to you.
So let me read a little bit from the criminal complaint here. And Judge Dugan says, despite having been advised of the administrative warrant for the arrest of Flores Ruiz, Judge Dugan then escorted Flores Ruiz and his counsel out of the courtroom through the jury door, which leads to a non-public area of the courthouse. A foot chase ensued. The agents pursued Flores Ruiz for the entire length of the courthouse and ultimately apprehended.
So the judge also put the officers in danger and the public. You're putting individuals, criminals at this point, you're putting them on the path to flee. And people that are fleeing, criminals that are fleeing, are desperate, and they act desperate. And that could put anybody in danger. So that's just outright some form of negligence. That's absolutely foolish, especially for somebody that's supposed to uphold the law. This is crazy to me, and why or how this is even being misconstrued as anything different. I see the mainstream media just continually pointing it with that it's a tyrant, but Trump is using his presidential power to go after people that he doesn't like. Well, they're breaking the law, and they're going up against, they're adding resistance to the very things that he was elected for. So what the hell? Where's the surprise here? And that's just my opinion. I'm absolutely open to dissenting opinions. So what about that? I think they should have held her without bond. God forbid something terrible could have happened. What if they got in that car and did damage after that, trying to flee, leading him out the back door? Why don't you just adopt him? Insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, terrible segue. But let me not do the name thing here. Let me show something that I sent myself from TikTok for some reason, because I think it was inappropriate or amusing to some degree. So, okay, yep, I deem this amusing enough to share.
So you gotta
pause. Okay. Oh, how do I go back? Skip. We're going to share this, and we're going to share it live. Okay. Let's get it. Nope. You're right here. Check this, whatever that is, out. Now, I want to make it clear so that I can appear as impartial as possible, because it's the honest truth. Y'all know how I feel about religion. I'm not huge on it, but the First Amendment gives everybody the right to speak whatever they want to, almost wherever they want to, in public. That's just the way it works, because we don't mess with the Constitution. And check this out. And the way this Zize, whoever, tries to flex on the individuals that are just bringing Bibles to a college campus is hilarious. So I hope you at least get a giggle fit out of it. Come on, play. There you go.
approval from
Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, James Madison.
Did you get approval from the police department?
No, they don't rank as high as those guys do.
All right. Well, I'll give you a couple bits of information. I can call the
Sorry, I just wanted to...
head of the police department, because him and I are tight, and I'm training to be a police officer in about a year.
Okay, good.
Study astrophysics.
Oh, I'm just posturing to show you how tough I not even am, just how tough I will be in the future, and who I know. I'm a name drop a little bit so I can intimidate you from speaking your absolute, freedom to share whatever you want to. They're not breaking any laws. They're not spewing any hatred, but this is how they're met. And she is so sociopathic to think she's speaking for the entire college campus here.
This is not the message to give to people to convey what you want to convey.
What is?
The Bible, right? So if I take these signs down, you gonna call the cops? Because I know the cops and I know UFPD and they're not going to arrest me.
Well, we had someone, was it last year that did that and they got arrested?
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so do you want me to call Sergeant?
Sure.
All right,
By all
I'll
means.
call.
I mean, I just felt a shiver down my spine. I'm very intimidated. I don't feel safe. Matter of fact, I think I should call an adult.
Sergeant Cooper.
Yeah, please.
knows we're here.
Yeah,
And I will
please have them
personally
call.
bring him here.
Please.
No, that's perfectly fine with me. Him and I are quite tight.
Good. Well, we'd love to have a conversation.
No, yeah, we can talk all together.
You say she was calling the captain, the police chief. If I saw any citizen that, especially, I don't know, just looking like that, take that for what it is, saying, oh yeah, we're tight. Like, bitch, shut up. Sit down and keep my job out of your mouth.
Okay.
Because they know me well.
So is your goal to get us off this plaza or something?
My goal is to send you a different message, one from college students.
Okay.
Hey,
we're
I would like to talk to badge number 8.
So she's acting like she's got a personal line, but she's really just got like a bland 911 operator there, and you can hear it. It's really, really sad. It's amazing that she didn't just feel so embarrassed. She just slinked away and melted to the ground.
8 Sergeant Cooper of UFPD.
This
Isn't that fun?
Yeah,
Is it fun when
you're
it
amusing.
happens to you?
You're amusing.
You're using 911.
Hello?
They're asking you questions.
Alleged woman. Alleged. Oh. Breaking news. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We're going to check that out. Thank you, Shamrock.
You have to take that system seriously.
Yes, could you put me on the line with UFPD?
I think I know
Ready
why
for
they
it?
know her so well.
You're picking it up.
Yeah, I can imagine why they know you so well.
Yeah.
You can't even tell when she's getting trolled. He's not meaning that in a complimentary way. Shamrock, I am going to visit that link.
So do you want to take him down or you want me to get someone to take him down?
Hey, it's a free country until you start touching our stuff. Then you go to
Well,
jail
that's
for
fine. So it's funny, isn't it? You can put it on YouTube. My name's Alicia. You can look me up on Instagram.
So good.
Yeah. You can walk away and
it. No, you could give me
Damn, that confident. Like, first name only? Look me up on Instagram. We got another Cher out there. Another Madonna. The Seal. Yeah, just look up Alicia. I'll be the first thing to pop up. Top of the screen, trending. All day, every day. Male, female, don't know. Guess.
a little more space here. I'm feeling a little.
Well, you're on our campus.
Well, I'm
You
going to
want a
step back.
Bible?
No. I'm going to step back a step.
Okay.
I prefer you keep a little space between us.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you seem a little aggressive, and I'd rather not have to
All right.
be
Could I talk
physically
to Sergeant
separating
Castronova?
ourselves. So I'm going to step back here. If you would stay right there, I'd appreciate
Yeah, is
it.
he on campus right now?
And she's gone. Okay, let me see. This is breaking news, you say, Sham? Okay, hold up. So, oh god, Shamrock, do you mind if you're able, sweetie? Could you message me that? I cannot seem to access that link when I'm using StreamYards. My apologies. Unless I can just look. Okay, I'm back. I've happening. Got a bunch of channels live. Hey man, you're definitely active. You know, I haven't been able to follow. It's been hard to keep touch with a lot of people. But okay, let's see. Or I'll just type this in. But Shamrock, yeah, feel free if you can. Thank you. You're on your A game as always. All right, what do we got here? Breaking news. Virginia Goof. I don't want to butcher the name. Goofrey. Sorry. One of Jeffrey Epstein's most prominent abuse survivors. I remember her from the documentary. Oh man, yeah, she was a huge piece of that case. Okay. And I just finished the headline. This woman was a fighter. She clearly went through trauma. This is another example of just, that slow drip media nonsense, right? And then, they think, they know that there's enough of us out there. Like just the way that the Epstein list has been treated in recent memory, it's not on our radar anymore. We're all just so, the tariffs, immigration, ICE, oh my God, Trump's a tyrant, and the mainstream, that's all they're going to cycle through. How much you should hate your president. And this, I hope it doesn't just fall to the wayside. I really don't. She was an inspiration. She copped, she was young. She spoke on how she was a part of getting other fellow teenage girls involved, and they want us to believe. Okay, I haven't read anything. I'm already going to get ahead of myself here. Virginia, one of the most prominent survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse, has, and damn you YouTube for having to make everybody say SA. We can't just say things. Just the fact that I dropped the F-bomb is probably one of the factors that goes into the algorithm going against anybody. Okay. Has, all right, self-unaliving. Her family said Friday. At 41 years old. All right. Australia, where she had been living for several years. Virginia was one of the earliest and loudest voices calling for criminal charges against Epstein and his enablers. Other Epstein abuse survivors later credited her with giving them the courage to speak out. She was a strong woman. Thank you, Shamrock. I'm actually going to edit my description because of this information. She also provided critical info to law enforcement that contributed to the investigation into and later the conviction of Epstein's associate Ghislaine Maxwell, as well as other investigations by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. It is with utterly broken hearts that we announce that Virginia passed away last night in her home in Western Australia, her family said in a statement to NBC News. She lost her life to self-unaliving after being a lifelong victim of sexual and trafficking. Virginia was a fierce warrior in the fight. All right, I want to know the means here. In the fight against sexual abuse, and I said it out loud. Oh, YouTube's going to cancel me now. That's it. This is going to get buried. She was the light that lifted so many survivors. The statement said, in the end, the toll of abuse is so heavy that it became unbearable for Virginia to handle its weight. And yes, you know what? I'm not ashamed of jumping to any conclusions when it comes to, in the world of conspiracies and so-called conspiracy theorists, it appears with hindsight, they've been winning. So, damn right, I'm going to speak out even before I get to the bottom of this about how sus it is. Raised primarily in Florida, if the family would have felt anything was strange, I bet you they were too afraid to even say so. But that's me just adding speculation with no foundation. Raised primarily in Florida, yep, that's right. Virginia had a troubled childhood. She said she was abused by a family friend, triggering a downward spiral that led to her living on the streets for a time as a teenager. She was attempting to rebuild her life when she met Maxwell, Epstein's close confidant. Yeah, we all know Maxwell. Groomed her to be SA'd by Epstein, and that abuse continued from 1999 to 2002. That's when I would have graduated high school. According to Virginia, also alleged that Epstein trafficked her to his powerful friends, including Prince and that's the one in the picture. Bro, this you couldn't have gotten one of the there is nobody else on this list that was a louder advocate with the most damning evidence, especially when it came to implicating the royal family. Okay. French modeling agent. Oh yeah, let's not forget the Jean-Luc Brunel, punk ass. Epstein, a wealthy financier. Yeah, we all know the Epstein story. Maxwell, yes, okay. Virginia filed a federal lawsuit against Andrew in 2021, alleging that he essayed her when she was 17. Andrew, who stepped back from his duties as an active royal, as controversy related to Epstein, he still hasn't, to this day, admitted that this, forensically investigated photograph was real. And I think about the interview, and it makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. Makes my skin crawl. He has denied he's denied everything. Brunel, who headed several modeling agencies, was charged with essay and all that stuff that I can't say. Several months prior, Virginia testified against Brunel in a Paris courtroom, made a lot of enemies there. Think about how many enemies that is, with influence and means. In an interview after her day-long closed-door testimony, Virginia said she appeared in court to be a voice for the victims to make sure Brunel was brought to justice. This is a quote from the late Virginia. I wanted Brunel to know that he no longer has the power over me. That I am a grown woman now and I've decided to hold him accountable for what he did to me and so many others. Virginia moved to Australia with her husband before Epstein's 2019 arrest. The couple has 3 children. Our hearts go out to the children. Her biggest push was, if I don't do this, nobody's going to do it, he said regarding her advocacy. She was in real physical pain, suffered from renal failure, R-E-N-A-L. But I think that the mental pain was worse. The Epstein story was, yes, we all know. Though the release was widely planned for containing information that was almost entirely previously public, the lead up to its release, including concerns about the disclosure of sensitive or personally identifying information about the victims. Yeah, you sure that it's all concerned about the victims? I think there's a lot of concern for the predators by the people that we'll never even know, by the people that are, just above our pay grade, the ones that do get special treatment because of their status, because of their last name. Had been a source of distress and anxiety for victims in recent months, multiple victims told NBC News. Virginia's lawyer described her as a dear friend, incredible champion. I want to know, is it just that it's so soon? I mean, this is literally breaking. There's no indication or talk yet about how the unaliving took place, which I'd be very, very fascinated to learn. Let's take this name and do a brief search and see if there's anything that we can get, which is a, tall ask. Let me change this to DuckDuckGo. I haven't been here for a while. And let's see. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. Just put the word that I can't even say out loud, which is absolutely embarrassing. I think I misspelled that absolutely terribly. There we go. Okay. And I don't think any of these outlets are going to give much detail about the means. But just putting, self-unaliving, it's just the media has to know. The world has to know. Given the context of this particular woman's battle and just how we view things being handled in and of itself, we're absolutely going to have questions, and these headlines better damn well improve with and better go a little bit beyond just her taking herself out. So I can't really I mean, I've already went off with my own conspiracy, reactionary, emotional response, claiming conspiracy because, what we're dealing with, what we're talking about here. But this is not satisfactory. We deserve more answers. And I wish I knew how to do better research into this. What's up, Pitbulls? Oh, good to see you and good to have you. I went all over the place here, and I know that it upsets the algorithm when I use certain language. I just, deleting how I speak is just not something I'm very talented at. I am not satisfied with that search, and I'm almost positive there's got to be more. I mean, come on. We don't just lose a warrior like that. I mean, we can't take it out of the scope of possibility, right? That would be absolutely disingenuous. I don't know why I got such an itch on my nose here. Okay. Like, I'm not satisfied with these headlines. Like, that's it. Let's see. Cause, like, usually it's not insane that the media would say, oh, okay, it was a hanging or something like that. Some hint to give some form of closure, or to attempt to give us closure, or to attempt to make us not want to do our own research and go all internet sleuth, right? What is this? Parents of kid? No. It's just headlines saying the same thing. What was her cause? Okay, what do we got here? By Men's Journal? Okay. Let's see where this goes. The woman who made Yep, okay, I don't want to just rinse and repeat. This looks like literal copy and paste. Did they just clickbait? The other circumstances of Virginia's death were not yet clear. Her death came after she had posted a disturbing statement on social media in which she claimed she was injured in a car accident and did not have long to live. She appeared to be bruised in that photo. Wait a minute. Why would... Okay. Can we find that social media post? How hard would that be? So, okay, I did notice a picture there, and I thought it was unrelated. But let me see. Did you guys see that picture of her bruised? Let's hit the back button here. Okay, now, at the very top, parents of kids in bus crash with Virginia. Okay, throw more doubt on the story. Okay, all right. .uk. Parents of kids in bus crash with Virginia throw more doubt on her story. All right, see, just a little bit of searching. I mean, but we have to bear in mind there are grifters out there that'll put anything that they can. But let's see. I want more. Hell, private Facebook account. Okay. Parents whose children were on the school bus. So I guess this accident that she was suffering some level of pain in the aftermath. Apparently, this is what was leading to her mental distress. So, trauma, and it's almost becoming a perfect story. Trauma compounded with pain, and it looks like, to me, like wearing my tinfoil hat, that's like the opportunist of anybody that has an interest in her being silenced. Oh, look, she was injured in a crash. This would be a good time to, you know what I'm implying here. All right, so I can't say her last name, and I don't want to throw disrespect on that name, so I'm going to continue to call her by her first name. So Miss Virginia said the crash had caused, what is renal failure? I don't know what that is. Is it something to do with the eyes? Let me do another quick search here. Bear with me. This is me. I've been attacked, low key, like just minorly attacked for not doing the research before I go on the live. I don't care. All right, what is kidney failure? Means your kidneys no longer work well. So renal failure, what is one of the early signs of renal failure? Okay, so it's kidneys. It's kidney failure. Give me a definition, because, all right. this is apparently what led to her doing this. This is one of the most outspoken advocates that helped spearhead the entire investigation that led us to learning about Epstein. And she just decided to end it. Definition of, okay. A condition in which the kidneys stop working and are not able to remove waste and extra water from the blood or keep body chemicals in balance. Acute or severe renal failure happens suddenly and may be treated and cured. This is something that could be cured. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But if it could be cured, I mean, she had a lot of people that would support her. But okay, let me, not shine the tinfoil hat too much here. What is... Ugh. Okay, so what is this doubt that's being cast here? Oh, she's the girl who claimed hit and run, only has 4 days to live, got released from the hospital, then said the boyfriend beat her up. Oh, my goodness. Please feel free to send that. So you know where to send it. I appreciate it very much. You have to have the blood cleaned through a machine. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Sorry, I was getting lost in the sauce here. He said if I hit that car at 70, they'd be dead. I used to drive ambulances for years in the country, and I know how to have a good look. Some parents of the children traveling on Mr. Munn's bus have backed his account of a relatively minor crash. How many people do we have? Okay. So this family right here, this is apparently the aftermath of the crash. I mean, picture, it looks bad, right? But let's go with the people that were actually there for the crash, saying it was fairly minor. What was the quote that I just read? Wait, bus driver Ross Munn said there is no way you could get that injury from the collision, adding the whole thing had been blown out of proportion. Okay. That's the bus driver and the family saying that this is a fairly minor crash and that this injury would be really unlikely. Thank you so much, Shamrock. The mum called the bus driver an upstanding member of the community, said there's no way he would have left the scene without calling an ambulance if someone was injured. So, and the report is saying there's a hit and run. Okay, all right. Let me get some dual articles up. Thank you so much for this. All right, we're going to go right here. Epstein victim, Virginia. Okay, released from hospital. Let's see. We got some video. Okay. Stupid freaking ads. Stupid freaking New York Post. All right, I'm just letting this play through so we don't have
to get started.
Go through it.
If you're shopping for a home, you could browse hundreds of listings.
Epstein victim, Virginia, was discharged from a hospital Monday, nearly a week after saying she had just days to live after a crash with a school bus. The 41-year-old mom was released following a 6-day stint at the Sir Charles Gardner Hospital in Perth, the West Australian reported. She was escorted from the hospital out of view of a waiting media pack. All right, hold on. Is this related? No, this is all right. This is some car bomb thing that's on this article. Sometimes they put more recent videos on old articles or something. That's what I'm going to go with, at least. Let me keep this up because the comments are super valuable. Okay. 4 days to live. All right, so after 6... Okay, all right. Cops, however, later described the crash. Okay, the bus driver, a family, and the police are all saying the same thing. Described the crash as a minor collision and publicly said that there were no reported injuries. I'm not the only one confused here, right? I can't be the only one confused and thinking something is just sus. That I don't care about anybody else's judgment anymore. Too old for it. It sounds suspicious as all hell. The more you look into it, the worse it gets. I feel like it's like you start walking on dirt and slowly find your way into mud, and then you fall into quicksand. Still, Virginia's representative insisted the mom took herself to the hospital when her condition worsened from this minor crash, according to everybody else. Okay. Her release comes after Virginia also alleged that her husband, Robert, and now my phone is recording me. Stop that. With whom she shares 3 kids. What? Wait, what? Her release comes after Virginia also alleged that her husband, Robert, with whom she shares 3 kids, had assaulted her. The husband. She's saying the husband assaulted her. I was able to fight back against Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, who abused and trafficked me, but I was unable to escape domestic in my marriage until recently. After my husband's latest assault, I can no longer stay silent, Virginia told People. Okay, so I have to entertain a possibility. I gotta, even in my own, growing suspicion. Was she trying to cover up that the husband, there was some domestic agitation occurring that could have given her the injury that she ended up having, and used the crash as a cover? I mean, that just, trust me, I don't believe the words that are coming out of my own mouth. I'm playing devil's advocate just so I can be viewed as impartial, I guess. Okay. Again, I thank everyone for their support. I have faith that justice will prevail. That's almost, okay, tinfoil hat is shined. That's almost a very simple, obvious, and clever way for any possible 3-letter agencies or privately trained anybody of any influence and skill to pin it on the husband. And why would that be necessary if they have the crash? It's like they added a 2-tier system of a fallback, right? I'm going from the hip here. I'm shooting from the hip. Okay, I'm not going off of a wealth of information, and so you got to bear with me with that. But still highly suspicious. And when any headline says like what was the cause, or and we get no details, like, come on. So we just know. All right, comments. Here we go. I am not the only one, apparently. See more. It was suspicious from the get-go. I've never heard of anyone being told exactly how many days they have to live. I certainly don't excuse the Epstein issues, but this seemed to be pity-seeking, and perhaps it was a result of Epstein that she did this. When she needed to be believed and in need of sympathy, she was up against something much larger than she could have imagined and victimized yet again. It's a sad story no matter how you look at it. I do hope she recovered. Oh, this was when she was still alive. It was suspicious from the get-go, was the opening line. This person has serious issues. I suggest that the royal family reconsider what it has done to Andrew. What? Who has denied the charges against him from day one. We got some Simpson here. His day in court. What are you talking about? He stepped down. I mean, if that doesn't tell you something, watch the interview. No doubt the allegations against him are truth. I mean, you don't step down from a royal seat publicly if there's no validation. We literally have photographs. I mean, this is how do these people find themselves on this end of the spectrum where they're defending people that we know are 100% guilty of heinous things in a position of power? Okay. And I can almost hear like one of my liberal friends in my head saying, well, look how you defend Trump. Hey man, I defend his actions. His sins are his own. I have not yet seen anything that warrants impeachment. I just saw a whole lot of Democrats spend a whole lot of money from their constituents trying to get him on a huge falsehood known as Russiagate. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't know, lost for words, absolute loss for words, and being told exactly how long you have to live. It's interesting to me. It's interesting. I mean, I wish I had more breaking news to share. And thank you again so much. Like, this is what I truly enjoy, is getting feedback in real time. This is why I like to learn in real time. No, I'm not a reporter, so I am not indebted to do all of the appropriate research. This is my style. I like to rock with whoever's willing to be here with me as I look into something, because you never know what you get to learn as a group. And look up what the DS tried to do to him. Powerful people who are in fear become the most dangerous people. And if anybody thinks they have the cojones and the wherewithal to debate that, you are absolutely invited up here. Let that be said. I'm going to do a little experiment the next time I click that live button, by the way, because I have noticed this. And this is no excuse, because I know I'm not a consistent uploader or anything by any means. I know this, but every time I put Trump in my freaking hashtags, just, and smaller channels I think suffer from this more so. The larger ones being established, not so big of an issue. But whenever I put Trump in one of my as a hashtag, it just never fails. It just, at least typically I'd get like maybe 20 or so in here at the same time, but having Trump there, and then I dropped the F-bomb in the first 15 minutes, apparently that really impacts YouTube's algorithm. But my next live, I'm going to play by the book, YouTube's little book, and then the live after that, I'm going to shit the bed completely. And I'm very interested to see the difference in how spread both videos are. I'm going to do it concurrently, one and then the other right back to back. I just got a response from Josh, by the way, so you can expect to hear from us. I'm gonna guest on his show. I wanna just sow some chaos in there. No, I want to have a little fun. So be sure to look out for the Nothing Funny podcast next week. I'm hoping that I can guest on there, and Josh and I are going to be returning to an actual Stuck at Night live after we knock out a couple of lives. I would be going on more often if I had just one other person up on the screen. And I know Seafowl seems to be open to the idea. If I were to suggest it, I just have to tell him so. So that's on me. So, all right, for the time being, thank you all. Thanks for hearing me out and just going along with the live. I appreciate all of you from the very bottom of my heart. Love and light, as Bass Girl says, and I like to just say, hug your loved ones. Okay, we're in a crazy world. Just find where you stand and have confidence in that foundation. Thank you for that, Shamrock. Y'all are on your A game, and I love y'all for it. Good night for now. Pitbulls, much adoration. Take care, y'all. Oh, I might have one of our very well-known mutuals coming around to my neck of the woods, and when that happens, because it's as certain as I was gonna say as certain as science, as certain as math, I'm gonna do a little surprise and show who that is when that time comes. Take care, guys. For now, see ya.